Love in the Afternoon presents Daytime Dilemma from General Hospital.
You know exactly why I'm here.
The poor Quartermains come crawling for my mercy. I love every minute of it. Almost as much as I'm gonna love making you pay.
Let's get down to it then. How much do you want? What's the price?
What will Susan say? I don't want your money. I want you to divorce Monica. Or, right now, I'd just rather watch you squirm. Can you predict the correct answer? Tune in tomorrow and find out. Now here's Friday's Daytime Dilemma and its solution from Ryan's Hope.
You know more about me than anybody's ever known. Either you like what you know, or you don't. If you don't, then leave. If you do, stay.
What will Faith do? Will she throw her arms around Mitch and pledge to give their love another chance? Or will she walk out the door? Did you predict the right answer? Here's what happens. This Daytime Dilemma has been brought to you by ABC.
Tonight, it's the most seductive place in the world, Malibu, a special ABC movie presentation.
If you're about to have a baby, there are some facts of life you should know. First of all, be aware that you can be fertile even in the first month after birth. Second, doctors advise no sex until after a 6-week checkup, when it can be determined that you've healed properly. And here's a myth breaker. Nursing is not reliable as a natural contraceptive. And if you are nursing, birth control pills must never be used because hormones pass through the milk and can endanger the baby. So ask your doctor for the birth control that's best for you. When your baby is born, be prepared to protect yourself and your baby.
Europe was her playground.
Have you ever been to Warsaw? You'll have a wonderful time, I promise you.
I've had a moment's peace of mind since the day I met that lioness.
Would you think of marrying me?
In her network television debut, Ally McGraw and Herman Wouk's The Winds of War, premiering February 6th. John Voight stars Tuesday night.
People's Court, today at 4:30.
What time are you having lunch today?
I'm not sure why.
Well, I thought we might have lunch together.
Well, I'm not going to be downtown. I have an interview at about 11:30.
Oh. Heavy day ahead for you?
Somewhat. You?
Yeah, pretty full. Matter of fact, I better be on my way. Derek asked me to be present at an interrogation this morning connected with Nora Fulton's murder. They seem to have a piece of evidence.
What sort of evidence?
Physical evidence, apparently. I'm not really looking forward to it. Nicole is going to be there.
You mean they don't suspect Nicole of being guilty?
I haven't heard any accusations. Not yet.
Well, what do you mean, not yet? Do you mean there are going to be charges eventually?
Well, nobody knows enough to charge anyone with anything at this stage of the investigation, and I'm sure Derek's not going to rush to conclusions before he presents any charges to my office.
Well, now, you know that Nicole couldn't possibly have done such a thing. I mean, of all the people in the world... I know you have to be completely objective no matter who is involved.
That's right. I'm trying to stay as objective in this case as I am with Valerie in the Whitney Devereaux project.
I'm trying not to think about
Nancy, let's get this out into the open. This has created division between us, hasn't it? Something is missing between us these days. And nights. Can't we resolve this, please?
Mike, you're going to be late for your meeting with Derek.
Yeah. I'd better be going.
see you here this early.
Oh, yeah, I know. I usually don't get up so early, but I had something to tell you.
What is it?
Wonderful news. I have accepted Ian's marriage proposal. We're going to get married. That should make you and your husband real happy.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Mild Ivory Liquid. It helps hands stay young looking. And by Folgers Crystals, the coffee that tastes as rich as it looks.
In New York, known for its fine dining, we're at world-famous Tavern on the Green restaurant. Tonight, we're secretly replacing the fine coffee they normally serve with Folgers Crystals. Are Folgers dark, sparkling crystals rich enough to impress New York diners? Let's watch.
Coffee was great, really delicious. I loved it.
It's really rich, really rich coffee flavor.
It's really rich. You can really just taste the flavor.
It's Folgers Crystals.
Is it?
Instant.
Do you know? You're kidding.
Excellent.
Great. I'd absolutely buy it.
You start your morning off with this or finish the day with this. This is good. I like it. It's very good.
Folgers Crystals. Coffee rich enough to be served in America's finest restaurants.
Would you believe I'm 25? Same here.
One of these skaters isn't 25. Dwan Smith is 37 with a family of 3. They both look so young. But do their hands look young? They do.
I've always taken care of myself, especially my hands. When these hands do dishes, it's with Ivory Liquid. The name Ivory has always meant mildness to me, so I know it'll be gentle. The rich suds help my hands stay young-looking dish after dish.
Have you guessed yet? Who's 37?
I'm Dwan.
You don't look 37.
Oh, thanks. I think the skating helps.
What helps your hands look so young?
Oh, that would be my Ivory Liquid. You know, you can't beat it for mildness. I'll race you, kid.
Mild Ivory Liquid helps hands look young.
Sit down.
Mrs. Kavanaugh, just the two of us. It's been a long time since the two of us worked together here at dear old WMON. Of course, things are a little different now, aren't they? You were my boss then, and now I'm your boss, aren't I? I'm the one running your life. Yours and your husband's. That disgusting drunk of a husband of yours. That pig who rapes helpless women and beats them into comas. You must be feeling pretty good tonight, Mrs. Kavanaugh, right? You must be thinking all your troubles are over. Everything's falling right into place. Well, you're wrong. You don't know what real pain is. You don't know what it's like to wake up every morning with 50,000 pounds of worry crushing you to the bed. But you're about to find out, oh yes, you're about to find out what hell is really like.
What is this? It's Nora being murdered right in front of our eyes. It's obvious from this tape that she had no intention of revealing the name of the person who attacked Barbara Montgomery, nor was she going to retract her charge of attempted rape against Miles. You want to make a comment on this, Nicole? Her statement is diametrically opposed to what you said she was going to give you for that money. How do you explain that? I can't. You said when you went into the TV studio, you found her laying there dead, if that's the case. When did she make this tape?
Seems simple to me. The tape was made before Nicole arrived.
All right, let's consider that possibility. Could she make this tape by herself?
Of course she sure could. I mean, it's easy. Nicole had the camera set up. Just have to press a few buttons, walk out in front of the camera.
I'd like to hear Nicole tell me that.
Well, yes, I suppose that's a possibility. She could have.
She's talking to you. Her own words are, here we are, Mrs. Kavanaugh, just you and me. How do you explain that?
And why would she say just the opposite of what you said she was going to say? She was going to receive $25,000 for exonerating Miles.
This is not an inquisition.
Nicole?
Derek, I don't know. I never could explain anything, Nora did. I didn't know why she did anything she did.
Yes. All right, please, send him right in. It's my car.
Hi, Mike. I'm so glad you're here.
Just take it easy, Nicole.
I just saw a tape that the police found at the studio. It's about Nora's murder.
Mike, have you seen this tape?
No, I haven't, but Derek told me what it's about.
I can't explain it. I can't explain it at all. I'd have no idea how she made it.
Nicole, I'm sure we'll find an explanation as long as you tell the truth.
Mike, I think you'd better see this tape.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Kavanaugh, just the two of us. It's been a long time since the two of us worked together.
Good morning. I thought it was time you got started. I brought you some tea.
Quiet, please. I must have absolute silence.
Don't you have a plane to catch?
Now watch this next move. What did I tell you? Victory at last. Champagne.
You'll have to settle for tea.
Cheers.
Ian, what are you going to be when you grow up?
Camilla, don't you understand? I have just triumphed. Man against technology, good against evil.
Congratulations on your triumph over these little transistors. This beast has done some good, though. Got you in a good mood this morning. I suppose we should be thankful for small blessings.
My blessings are anything but small, Camilla. In the first place, I don't have to jump on a plane and fly half around the world. And in the second place, I can spend the day relaxing at the old homestead in the bosom of my family. The family being you and it.
I suppose what that means is that Raven changed her mind and accepted your proposal.
Correct. Devastated by the thought of not taking the prize, she threw herself into my arms and said, yes, yes, 1,000 times yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Is that all you're going to say? Aren't you going to congratulate me?
I could offer you my condolences.
Wicked girl. But I'm in much too much of a good mood this morning to take offense, Camilla.
I'm sorry, Ian. I can't lie about it.
Look, Camilla. I know you think that I've made an idiot of myself over this woman. Maybe I have. But just try and be happy for me, okay?
All right. Whatever makes you happy.
Everything's going to turn out fine. Just wait and see.
You know, it's interesting. I'm beginning to realize after all this time, it's always been whatever Ian wants, Ian gets. Ever since we were children.
And rightly so, Camilla. I have to be off. I'm seeing Raven for lunch.
Ian, have you made all the plans? Have you decided what the wedding date is going to be?
No. We're going to talk about that over lunch. All the details.
So you haven't set a date yet.
We asked Kathy Edge if she thought her denture cleanser could clean away cherry stain.
Probably could.
What about a stain of cherry and tea?
I don't think it would do a job on that.
Or a triple stain of cherry, tea, and tobacco?
I'd say definitely not.
Then watch Extra Strength Efferdent attack a triple stain of cherry, tea, and even tough tobacco with Efferdent's powerful Blue Action formula.
It's whiter than I could ever imagine. Sparkling clean in between. I'm going to use Efferdent.
Extra Strength Efferdent removes even stubborn stains between teeth.
Up in the valley of the Jolly Green Giant.
Sprout, you look puzzled.
The giant asked me a riddle. What makes his good vegetables taste even better?
That's easy.
Butter sauce?
Right. Since his vegetables cook with butter sauce, his special Niblets brand corn tastes even more special. His tender broccoli even more delicious. How'd you guess?
A little butterfly told me.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
Raven, I realize you're doing something against your will. I know how you feel, and you have my sympathy. I
just hope I don't have to go through with this wedding. The only reason I accepted Ian's proposal was because Skylar convinced me that this was the only answer to all our problems, for which, incidentally, I could just kill him.
I can understand.
Anyway, Skylar seems to think that I won't have to actually go through with the wedding. He says that this engagement might be enough for Ian to trust me, and if he begins to confide in me, then maybe I'll find out how close he is to this phone book, which is the cause of all the problems, and maybe it'll all work out.
Well, I certainly hope so.
Do you think it's possible?
Yes, I do think it's possible. Please just keep in mind the happy ending.
Oh, yeah, great. You know what I have to do now? Now I've got to run around and play the happy bride-to-be. I have to plan this whole wedding, which I don't even want in the first place. It's going to make it impossible for me to be with the man that I happen to love, and I am just so angry about this. With this thing, Nancy, they have pushed me to my limits.
If you could just be a little bit more cooperative, Nicole, I'm sure we would all...
Military. Nicole has been very cooperative. Here you are. She's come down to your office. She's told all there is to tell several times.
Look, I'm sorry if I seem to push for answers, but it's necessary. I will try to be as easy with you as I can, but I have to know about this tape that Nora made.
Now, Derek, suppose that Nicole made this tape. Why would she leave it on the machine to incriminate herself?
Because she panicked.
Derek, I cannot explain any of this. All I know is that Nora was a mad woman intent on destroying everyone around her.
But was she a mad woman with the ability to make her own tape with professional equipment? Or were you the camera person on this?
You must be feeling pretty good tonight, Mrs. Kavanaugh, right?
How does your fabric softener smell?
Ah, nice.
Ah, nothing.
Introducing new unscented Bounce.
Unscented Bounce doesn't leave a scent on my clothes. That I love. Regular Bounce gives me the long-lasting freshness I love.
Now there are two kinds of Bounce.
Both control static cling, while both leave your clothes soft and fluffy.
Regular or new unscented Bounce for...
Ah, nice.
Or...
Ah, nothing.
Betsy smells funny.
That's baby smells. Smelly formula, sticky baby food.
Diapers.
That's ammonia. Baby laundry is a special problem. So instead of regular detergent, I use Dreft with enriched borax. It's specially made for baby laundry.
There's borax in grain after grain of Dreft. Dreft gets tough baby laundry clean and clean smelling.
Now she smells good.
Dreft cleans baby smells out of baby laundry.
Remember last year when the 24-hour bug made a house call? You were prepared. You gave everybody Pepto-Bismol. It coated, soothed, relieved the nausea and cramps, and especially the diarrhea. Pepto-Bismol was quite a relief to everybody last year. Well, that bug is in the air again this year. Are you prepared?
Chief, I have to object to this line of questioning. What you're doing borders on libel.
I don't see it that way.
You're calling my client a liar. Now, in this state, that's the definition of libel.
Well, let me remind you, Mr. Nelson, that it wouldn't be the first time that your client has lied.
Hey, let's cool it for a minute, shall we? We're just getting bogged down here. Now, I'm sure Nicole feels that she's told us all there is to tell from her viewpoint. So let's consider something else for a moment. Let's find out how easily Nora could have made that tape and accomplish it without instruction.
No mystery to me, Mike. Nora was Nicole's secretary. She worked at WMON. Those machines are designed to be run by a 6-year-old. I'm sure she could have learned.
Is that true, Nicole?
Well, it's very possible. She was always hanging around the technicians.
And if Nicole had operated the camera, she would have seen the murder in the act of strangling the victim.
Eric? Are you implying that you think I walked out from behind the camera to murder Nora myself?
Did you, Nicole? If you did, please just tell us. It'll save yourself and all of those that you care about a lot of anguish.
That is enough, Chief. We came here as friends. You're taking advantage of that friendship. Trying to con my client into a confession. Now, Nicole, my client reserves the right to remain silent. We're now going to exercise that right.
Wait a second. I'm not trying to con anybody. What I would not be honest if I didn't tell you that your client is our primary suspect. Now, I pray to God that none of this is true. And the investigation is going to continue, but I can't ignore these obvious facts.
Gunther, the first thing I want to do is stop by Harrigan's. I've got to straighten that guy out. You got Harrigan's file there, Spencer?
It's right here.
Thanks. Oh, and then I want to stop by the theater.
Excuse me, Mr. Whitney. I really hate to do this, but I'm going to need a little time off this morning.
The hell for?
Well, I'm due down to the police station. I did as you instructed me to do. I got in touch with them, and now they want me to come down to headquarters and make a formal statement this morning.
Tell me, Gunther, you going to make a statement or a confession?
It wasn't funny, Spence. You got a big mouth sometimes, you know that?
Now, boys. I don't have time to play referee. I'm too busy.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whitney, but I didn't kill Nora, and Spence here, he knows that. As a matter of fact, I wasn't anywhere near the studio that night.
Well, Lord knows you certainly had a motive. And you believed that she was carrying your child? She was putting pressure on you to marry her?
Well, I guess they can't hold me for that one, can they? It was a lie. Nora wasn't carrying nothing.
You really are a dope. You know that, Gunther? The police know that you believed the story. And that's enough to put you on the hook right there. Besides, they might even speculate that you found out it was a lie and you killed her for that reason.
Well, they can't get me for that, can they, Mr. Whitney? I mean, I'm innocent.
Then why did you disappear on the night of the murder, Gunther?
Because Hey, listen, I don't have to explain anything to you.
Hey, Gunther, I've heard all this before. Why don't you go on down and tell your story to the police? I've got business to take care of.
Yeah, sure, Mr. Whitney, sure. And, thanks.
Yeah. So what do you think, Spencer? You think Gunther might have been able to do it?
I don't know, Sky, but anything's possible. See who that is. What do you think you're doing here, Miss Devereaux?
Well, Mr. Varney, if I didn't know you better, I'd think you weren't happy to see me.
What can I do for you, Camilla?
I've come on the chance of speaking to Mr. Whitney for a few minutes. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Well, it's a pleasure seeing you, Camilla, even if it is a bit unexpected.
I'm sorry to barge in this way, but I am so excited. I have some good news, and I couldn't wait to share it with you.
Oh, how kind and thoughtful. Please, sit down.
Thank you. I know you're fond of Ian, and he speaks so highly of you. You are his best friend in all of Monticello. I knew you'd be very happy to hear the news that at long last, my brother is getting married.
Well, that is good news. And to whom?
Why, to Raven Alexander, of course. Who else?
Of course. Well, I'm very happy for him. I'm surprised that your brother didn't come on over here to share the good news with me himself.
Well, Raven just accepted his proposal last night. He really hasn't had a chance to tell anyone about it. But I felt sure he would want you to be the first to know.
It's very decent of you, Camilla.
I actually came over here because I think it's time for a little celebration. I'm very good at that sort of thing, so I came to offer my services.
Yes, well, that's very kind of you, Camilla. However, since Raven is involved, I'm sure that my Aunt Geraldine will want to have a hand in that.
Of course. Well, I'm absolutely delighted for Ian. Aren't you?
Oh, yes. Delighted.
Sorry, Mr. Brady. Oh, when I bend over, my sinuses throb.
Sinus cold? Learn about Dristan and 6612.
For sinus pressure and congestion?
Sure, Dristan's yellow layer drains and dries to relieve these 6 symptoms. But unlike some medicines that stop at 6, Dristan's white layer relieves 6 more. The pain of sinus pressure, too.
6612. I'll try Dristan. No more sinus pain, Mr. Brady.
Dristan relieves 12 sinus cold symptoms.
Can you read this? You can if you dust with Deep Shine Pledge. That's right, Deep Shine. Look, this polish shines like polish, blurry, shallow. But Pledge is so clean and clear, your wood shines rich, deep. See? Really beautiful. So when you dust with Pledge, you shine deep to bring out more wood beauty. And you want everything out of dusting you can get, right? Get more out of dusting with Deep Shine Pledge.
Allie McGraw.
Will you marry me?
Yes, I will. Polly Bergen. Lisa Eilbacher and Victoria Tennant.
I love you.
These are the women of Herman Wouk's The Winds of War, premiering Sunday, February 6th.
I don't know what to suggest. I wish I did. There's nothing we can do. Well, this may be small consolation, but this situation has been very difficult for a lot of people. You're not alone. I'm not saying that I approve of it or the way it's been handled, but at least you know why you're doing it. Don't you think that now Valerie Bryson should be kept out of it?
I certainly do think Valerie Bryson should be kept out of it. As a matter of fact, she better keep her grubby little paws off Sky.
Well, that isn't exactly the answer I was expecting, but it'll do. I mean, she doesn't necessarily have to be involved anymore now that you're officially engaged to Ian.
That's right. And that better be made clear to everybody, including your husband. I gotta go. I guess I'll talk to you sometime.
Right. Goodbye. Hello?
Nancy, it's me.
Hi, how did it go at Derek's office?
Well, it was rather disturbing, but I'll tell you about that when I see you. That's not the reason for my call.
Oh?
I called to apologize. I'm sorry I left the house this morning without kissing you goodbye.
I wish...
Nancy, I don't want this wall between us.
Neither do I, Mike.
Are we going to be okay?
Yes, of course we are.
Well, in that case, why don't we kiss and make up?
I can't wait.
I believe in actions, not words, you know.
Okay. I'll be where the action is.
Oh, darling. I love you.
And I love you.
Well, Camilla, it certainly was generous of you to come on over to share this wonderful news with me. I'm afraid I'm going to have to usher you out. However, I've got a lot of business to take care of, and I'm running late.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. I don't mean to keep you, but before I go, could I borrow your phone?
Of course. There's a phone in this study. You can have some privacy there.
Thank you, Skylar. Most kind. Ian, it's Camilla. I'm calling from the Whitney residence.
Yes, we just had a lovely chat. And you know, Sky was delighted to hear about your proposal.
You know, Camilla, I really would have preferred to tell him myself. Skylar is my closest friend, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have spoiled your fun. I seem to be spoiling everyone's fun today. Even Mr. Whitney was strangely affected by my news.
What the hell that meant to me?
Well, I expect him to break into sunny smiles. But no, he turned white as a sheet. Now, why do you suppose that was? Damn it, why did you have to be home?
Sorry to disappoint you, Raven. Were you expected?
I want to see Sky.
He's not available.
Oh, don't give me that.
You can't speak with him. He's
I just want to
busy.
talk to him for 5 minutes.
For God's sake, Ian, I haven't broken any cardinal rules.
If you're still worrying about frizz every time you perm, get the perm that's never frizzy. Relax. You can get all the soft, natural-looking curls you want without any frizz. Get a Rave. Rave Soft Perm. The first soft one. Gentle one. No ammonia, no odor. odor, and definitely no frizz. For a soft, natural look with no worry, no frizz.
I love it.
Get a rave and relax.
Wherever you go, sweet and low. More people you know, sweet and low.
That's the only part of my diet I can really stick to.
For over a generation, Sweet and Low has been helping millions of people cut calories. People who want to get more out of life.
Sweet and low? Sure works for me.
Get more out of living, new and sweet and low. Wherever you go, sweet and low. Wherever you go, sweet and low. Wherever you go.
Tonight, the American Rubik's Cube champ defends his title on That's Incredible. Then it's the most seductive place in the world, Malibu, a special movie presentation.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight.
Is the Reagan presidency coming apart?
Crisis Point, Reagan at midterm. Tonight, the first part of a 5-part series.
Who's in charge at the White House? The president or the president's staff?
ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Next stack of pancakes, try honey instead of syrup. You probably don't even have to buy it. Golden Blossom. It's in there someplace.
Hello, everyone. I'm Connie Tong. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, trouble for New Jersey's famous Keenass quintuplets, now 13 years old. Soon they may not have a home to live in. We'll have that report, and we'll have this.
What did he say? It's truly unimportant.
Then a TV ratings guide to the top shows on this week's charts.
Plus a backstairs chat with Dynasty's cool, calm, and always collected Lee Bergère.
I stalked into the producer's office one day with a shotgun and threatened him.
It's full of surprises. Entertainment Tonight at 7:30 tonight on Channel 7.